stream on this wonderful afternoon. We have got exciting stuff to happen in Football Manager. Of course, we've got a cup tie against our rivals, the lower divisions, which is going to be very exciting. We have got transfer deadline day and lots more league action. However, this is our stream series where I am boycotting the Qatar 2022 World Cup for obvious reasons, I would argue. All the migrant worker rights situation, the slave-esque situation that we're living under, and over 6,000 workers who have died in the construction of the infrastructure needed for the Qatar World Cup. And as a part of that, I'm already also having a fundraiser trying to raise some money for a good cause for the migrants.org organization, which is an NGO which tries to fight for migrant worker rights so that situations as in Qatar hopefully do not happen again in the future. And as is custom with these streams, on the start of every stream day, I will put in a little donation. And on the end of every stream day, I will also put in a little donation. I'll start with a €10 donation. If you want to do your part, make this world hopefully that little bit better, you can donate to this fundraiser as well, trying to reach a €750 goal before the World Cup is over. You will find the links to it in the About tab on my Twitch and on my YouTube, or on my Twitter, which, by the way, you will also find in the About tab of my Twitch or my YouTube. Let me do the processing of the payment off screen so that you don't see my data. It could be very dangerous. And let me donate. It's not going to show up immediately. It always takes a bit of time to update the total. You can see the thank you note has gone through. Total is not going to get updated for another couple of minutes, but we'll have a look back at it at the end of the stream. So yeah, that's basically why we're here. Let's get back to what we're doing here. We're playing Football Manager, so we've been more lighthearted. Hopefully an entertainment alternative for anyone not wanting to watch the World Cup. Obviously, anyone's welcome here. This is the genuine idea. So today, what I did after the stream yesterday, I downloaded a logo pack. It's fantastic because, you know, we had the logos for basically everyone in our division, except for Crew United, as they got promoted last season. So they weren't in the base third tier when the game started. However, I downloaded a logo pack, so also teams from outside of those playable divisions and also outside of the licensing of Football Manager are going to be included, and that includes Donegal Celtic, who is sitting in the division below us, are our historic rivals, and didn't have a badge before. It's a very nice badge, to be fair to them. Hopefully you make it all the sweeter to put a face on basically what we're trying to beat tonight. We have that match day after tomorrow. However, before we get into that, we have a press conference. No, we don't go to press conferences. We, a historic rival of the club, we might never ever get to face them again. So obviously we'll attend that press conference. As Neil Stewart, our favorite journalist, asks us, are you confident ahead of the upcoming cup tie? I said, we've been sharp in training. I think the players are in a confident mood. Don't you agree that these clashes and add something special to the Intermediate Cup? There aren't many other fixtures with this atmosphere and all will to win, are there? I say, yeah, I would look forward to these games as much as any. Obviously, a spicy affair. The P.S.N.I side, obviously, by the way, we're managing Police Service of Northern Ireland, Society of Northern Ireland, nicknamed the Police. Wonderful stuff. Your P.S.N.I team have done better than some people had expected to reach this stage of the Intermediate Cup. Ahead of your clash with Donegal Celtic, how much further do you think you can go? I don't see why we can't go all the way. We've got this far. That's what I say. Last season we went to the final. We want to have a redemption arc going on. Will we be devoting time to any special tactical consideration for such a big match? No, we'll do what we normally do. And to play an attacking game whilst remaining responsible at the back. That's what we'll say. Nathan Riddle has, of course, announced his decision to retire at the end of the season. Do you think it's the right decision? I think it probably is, yes. He's been a terrific player, but time catches up for everybody. If he feels it's time, then it's time. Recent reports have linked you with a move for Warren Point goalkeeper Thomas Schustek. Is he? Check. He is. Well, look at that. My name knowledge coming through. Are you prepared to go on record with your thoughts on the story? I don't know too much about that, to be honest, so I'll just say I won't be discussing any transfer dealings today. How important is it that players like Caleb Wood are ultra consistent from one match to the next, and how easy is it for you to pick them in the team as a result? Caleb is as dependable as they come. How important will Thomas Burns be for your approach against Donegal Celtic? Will you consider his standard qualities? Hopefully he finally shows his standard qualities. Everyone knows Thomas has plenty of ability, but don't make the mistake of thinking one person can win a football match. Yeah, I'll tell he's exactly the kind of player we'll need if this club is to succeed, because we need him to think that too, to finally turn it around. Is Graham Arthur? Question about him. Oh, look at that. Lovely lad. How sympathetic are you towards another manager in Graham Arthur, who is coming under increasing pressure at Moyola Park? I hope Moyola Park stick with him, because he looks likeable. As Neil Stewart opinion of us has gone down, but to be fair, don't care anymore. I do. I'm very sad. We're now only close, not very close anymore. So now we only go out for dinner every second Friday, not every Friday. So that hurts. I don't know what to do with Neil. He's always so, I don't know. He's always so mean. He always dislikes me. Wants to say one thing he doesn't like. In regards to, we're in the middle of a transfer window, of course. We've got the transfer deadline day later. What has happened so far? As we're in with an offer for a young striker, I don't think we're very interested in. Jamie Massey has left us. Our young goalkeeper, 4-star current ability, 18 years old, has just turned 18 after he left us, Crusaders. Yeah, he's gone to the top tier side, Crusaders, are also a professional team, so I don't blame him one bit, but it obviously means that we are a bit less worse off in goal. However, the options we have there I still like very much. Our director of football has been looking to go in for another goalkeeper, as we're paying Mr. Carter 70 euros a week, which is one of the highest appearance fees anyone at the club would be receiving. So I do not think that we're very interested in this, especially because he doesn't have that many standout qualities, and at 19 he really should have them, as the highest of Felix Boehm would be a player of the standard of this league. Normally when we sign youngsters, they're all like of the standard of at least the second tier of the championship. So we will cancel that deal. Hopefully Peter Mullen can come back with someone better. Peter McCrowden, sorry, which is our director of football, of course. His training seems to be going very well. We've only got one player performing under the 6.5 threshold. And we're already on match day. As we're, we've off for Niall McCartan, who looks so-and-so, if you ask me. Which is potentially a standard for this league as well. So again, probably one, even if it does come through, that we would reject. Well, let's wait and see if it comes through, and then we'll assess it in more detail. There's no point in thinking and overthinking about something that might never happen. Yeah, after this we've got a week off, and then we're going back to league action. Okay, match day time. So it's the Intermediate Cup final last season. We are hoping to win it this year, but obviously Donegal Celtic are not going to be any pushovers. They're nicknamed the DCs, and their key player, Emma Templeton, looks pretty decent, to be fair. Oh my god, he looks amazing. Before someone else was showing us a key player. This is going to be tough. He looks about on the level of our own Johnny Wilson in a similar role. So yeah, we'll see how this one pans out. I suggest we should go attacking from the off. We will assess it in match if we want to push up that way or not. For now, this is going to be our lineup. Everything's set up already. So the backline looks as you'd expect: Bryars, Lavorka, Ferguson, Wardlow of recent weeks. The backline, which also kept like 4 clean sheets and 3 clean sheets in the last 4 games before that. Whatever. A lot of clean sheets, very good defensive performances. Just Tom Hegan behind them is different, because Jamie Massey obviously left us, and Tom Hegan is also our cup goalkeeper. You can see a lot of green lines going on here. Got Wilson and Cochrane ahead, Jack Barry, Caelan Ward, and Thomas Burns in the line behind the striker. We're looking for better performances from our wingers in Thomas Burns and Jack Barry, and Matthew Herron pushing their back line. On the bench, Jack Graham, Elliot Wood, Connor Young, Bradley Yip, and Chris Watts. Good selection there. Tactics, same as always, I think. Yeah, so we're trying something a bit different. Let us go back to low crosses, though. I think low crosses might be better. And then, without any further ado, let's jump into the cup tie and hope nothing goes wrong, as we have grown accustomed to this season, as we have been getting semi-unfortunate this season and semi-just disappointed by the performances of our players, which should be better. Apparently, we should exact revenge on Donegal Celtic. I don't remember us ever playing them. So I think you all know how important rivals you are, and we're expected to win. Go out and play your natural game. We'll say that. Inspires Andrew Ferguson. Will show some faith in the midfielders. That pleases them. And also Mr. Heron. Oh, okay, good. Good mentality going into the game. Hopefully it translates in there as well. So we're going with our standard 4-2-3-1. They presumably are also going with 4-2-3-1. The squad report says, yeah, they are. Okay, was their previous main player. He's also pretty decent. So there are no mugs. They're definitely, arguably, there are some players of a similar level to ours, maybe even all of them. As this is a lot of information. Why is this different than it used to be? So an update? I don't think there was. Ah, we paused. Ah, yes, we are. We gotta change stats. Standard highlights. Sorry. Yeah, red card. So they picked up a red card already. Oh, this is a spicy rival. We were 1-0 up. What's going on here? Hey, Sub Hassan, welcome. How are you doing, my friend? Look at that. Johnny Wilson finds Ward, takes a step inside. Defender just runs past him, and he's got the open opportunity to shoot and slots it home wonderfully. It's looking like it might well turn out to be a comfortable afternoon. Let's see what Glenn Holmes did. This is a kick through Barry from the back. Dangerous stuff. And yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but we'll go key highlights because I feel like we shouldn't screw this up. Ooh, Ferguson side foots it in from the corner, assisted from Caden Ward, who continues his incredible run of form. Don't worry, you didn't miss much, Hassan. Well, we just got into the first game, which is our cup tie against Donegal Celtic, our rivals in the Intermediate Cup, which we're of course looking to win. Howder was able to go through to Ferguson to side foot in with his side foot. Quite incredible. Two shots, 2 goals, wonderful. Attendance of 213. They are missing a left winger now, and apparently they haven't done much about that asymmetry in their formation following that. And I think we will look to control the game a bit more. Play him as a supportive player. We will slow the tempo down. We will not pass into space. And we'll slow the pace down here. So preventing a short goalkeeper distribution because they are man light, so we don't want them to get in with balls over the top. So we'd rather have the men behind the ball. And, we're not taking our foot completely off the gas pedal, but take an opportunity to control possession and to play a bit more. I wouldn't mind that. There's another highlight for us with a good free kick opportunity for us here. Ward could notch up his brace. That's actually going to be Johnny Wilson over it. What can he do with it? Shoots. Oh, comes to the top of the crossbar. Not sure I agree with Wilson shooting there. I would have favoured more of a left footer, and Ward is on a fantastic run. Well, that's okay. That's the flame of a segundo volante. Wow. Let's have a look at Glenn Holmes, who got sent off actually. He's decent. Lucky us. He's got a bit of dribbling about him, a bit of off the ball movement. It's not the fastest. I'm not saying he would have definitely caused us problems, but we're better off with him being off the pitch, definitely. Johnny Wilson over the free kick again. What can he do this time? Long corner. Just scrapes the top of the goal. So yeah, they have not had a sniff yet so far. As I say that they might be in. No. Templeton on it. Over the top to Southern. Oh, no. How's he done that? Look at that goal. I was sure it was going wide or over, but it was so slowly dinked. A perfectly timed pass for Templeton. Southern gets onto it. My God, that was wonderfully done, the chip. Let us go for drop off, catch them offside a bit. And not let them run in behind us like that, because that was a very cheap goal to give away. And yeah, let's not behave like we did for large parts throughout the season and give up easy opportunities like that when we're man out up and should be calmly dominating the game. It's Thomas Barnes, presumably he's having a good game out there. Oh no, he's dropped to a 6.7. Well, we're looking okay. There's still a lot of possession and good pass completion considering they're a man short. That's okay, we can let them have that, to be honest. They're not going to do much with it. I'm fine with them having the ball. If I could switch up the distribution to Andrew Ferguson, because it hasn't worked too well so far this half. My right-hand side of the fence is looking a bit worrying as well, and Bryce and Lavolka having poor matches out there. Kai Wardlaw also doing terribly. But we don't really have a sub on out there for him. Johnny Wilson, Cochrane, okay, that's all good. Wingers once again not creating anything. Let's go into the dressing room. Yeah, you've been brilliant so far. We're clearly the best team in this rivalry. Now drive that point home in the second half. Good, everyone seems nicely inspired by that. Connor Young looks pleased, so we're bringing on for Craig Bryant. No, actually, we'll give them all the first 15 minutes of the second half, see if they can turn their performances around. Only thing we'll change is the distribution. Okay, it's looking weird with the green dots on the green background. No, we'll try and stop focusing play to the middle. You know what? Actually, we'll go completely wide. Stretch them a bit because they're a man short after all. Hey Shrady, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? So we're in a cup round of last 16 match or last 32, something like that. Intermediate cup, a cup we're looking to win. We have been drawn against Donegal Celtic, who's in the division below us. We're in the third tier of Northern Ireland. But they are an historic rival of ours, so this tie was a bit scary. However, the rivalry seemed to get to one of their players' head, who scissor kicked one of ours from behind after a couple of seconds, and they got a red card. And since then, been fairly comfortable. However, we did let them score a pretty easy goal, so it might not be as comfortable as it was looking initially. As a Heron shoots it, and it goes over. Yeah, in the league for now, we're sitting a bit mid-table-y. We were actually positive that we'd be able to achieve promotion this season. It's not necessarily looking like that. We might still be able to turn that around. End of the January transfer window is a couple of days away, so we'll see if anything more happens. It's quite exciting times, and we just lost our young superstar goalkeeper, Charles, who's the under-18s goalkeeper for Northern Ireland as well, so maybe there was a bit of potential in him. As Craig Bryce continues to have a very poor game out there, so Connor Young can come in at right back. Elliot Wood can come in at left back, actually, but Wardlow, we'll just let him play a defensive fullback role. Jack Berry is once again having a poor outing. He's still pretty fit, so we'll leave him out there for a little bit longer, see if he can at least make use of the numbers we have. Jack Graham can replace Matteo Lavolka. I don't think we need to make any changes for now. Tactically, we're also performing pretty comfortably. So I confirm that, and that's good. Win it, let's get this winner. I love the mentality, boys. They haven't had a single shot since they scored their goals. I'm quietly confident, but you never know. We have screwed up comfortable positions like this before this season. So let's just make sure we get this one over the line. Heron's performance is also not looking that good, so I'm not sure if I want to leave Heron out there or Jack Berry. I don't want to take off Kai Wardlow. No, Kai Wardlow is fine. Elliot Wood playing in an unfamiliar position at left back is just an unnecessary risk, really. We'll leave it another 4 minutes. See if any of them can convince me and make that substitution at the 75th minute mark. As Connell Young looks over the top for Berry. What can he do here? Shoots. saved. That was good movement. I think we should keep him out there. Corner kick, Young to deliver. Barnes gets under it, unexpected. Well, I don't mind seeing that. Okay, so guess it's gonna be Heron to come off. Chris Watts. We'll keep faith in Jack Barry. Tactically, we can go. Oh, we don't have time wasting turned on at all so far. I thought we already had it turned on. Confirm the changes. And let's just carry this home calmly. Another goal wouldn't go amiss, but even if it's 2-1, it's a cup tie. I really don't mind how we win it, so long as we do win it. But 213 in attendance, which is about double what we normally get in the league. So it's a rivalry playing its part in that one, I guess. Let's go for frequently wasting time, and come on, let's not give anything cheap away here. Another goal would have been nice for comfort, to be honest. We've continued to create good opportunities, but nothing worthy of highlights, presumably, although here is one. They look to be pressing us a bit higher now. Watts could be in over the top. Knocks it back to Barry. Back to Ward. Ward already got a goal and an assist so far today. Could have had a second. Fails to convert on his weaker right foot. He's in a good run of form for us, Ward. I love seeing what I'm seeing from him lately. No. Okay, good. Wardlow takes that down. There's Wilson. He will look up. That was dangerous play, but we'll keep a hold of it for now. Thomas Barnes cutting inside. Into Johnny Wilson. Over the top for Luke Berry, who keeps on making pretty good runs today. Can't quite get to this one, though. Oh, Berry this time. Swings it in low to Watts. Yes! Let's go! We made the right choice by leaving Berry out there and bringing on Watts for Heron. Watts with the wonderful movement. Berry with a sliced ball across the box. That's why we went for low crosses now. And yeah, it's worked out in our first match. Look at that. I think he was looking for Ward maybe because it highlighted Ward. But Watts gets on the end of it in the end and trickles it past the goalkeeper. Not sure what I think about the finish, but it worked out. Come on. Nice, comfortable 3-1 win in the cup. I mean, if it would have been uncomfortable after they got a red card in the first minute, it would have been pretty mad. But, you know, we got fortunate in the sense that we scored very soon after they got their sending off. And we were in the lead always since then. So we never had to worry about pushing too hard for it. So we can keep our approach calm. So another highlight here. Watts is in, played it by Wilson. No, he was offside. He was offside. Wonderful finish from him, but he was offside. Let's go extended highlights for the... No, we don't want to go extended highlights for league fixtures yet. Keep it on key. But look at that. Luke Berry with an 8.2. Barnes with a 7.3. Hopefully this is not just because lower league opposition with a man sent off. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come for our wingers. Maybe it's the switch to going even wider that works for us. So we see another highlight of the offside goal. Game ended. 3-1. Woo! And did I win a particular being able to beat our rivals? Well done. A couple of players showing complacency out there. But overall, positive attitude. We have already had the draw. Who will we be playing again? I feel like we already had the draw. Yeah, against Rafcool, away from home. They look cool. They're an amateur side from the lower divisions. So we should be making easy work of them. It's a midweek tie as well. Let's see. Well, I think we'll be fine against them. Yeah, 23-1 shots. Never in doubt. Oh, look, Barry is going to get some praise. Let me actually have a look at his performance from last game. He created 2 key chances. I'm tempted to go super wide in general. I don't know if it just worked because we had the man advantage or if it's something sensible for us anyways. You know, the idea is have build up to the center, find the wingers pushing in behind on the wide areas, and then them cutting it back across. I think we're gonna try it. Sky Wardlow improved after making that switch to being a defensive fullback. That's good to see. Walker having his second poor performance in the last 3 games. Not good enough defensively. Caught a bit of sleep on the goal we conceded. Other than that, he didn't have that much to do defensively. Craig Bryers coming off the pressure of under the pressure of a big game, I guess, and also again not having much to do defensively, so can't really prove himself. As defensively is where he has his strengths. As after we did such easy work of it, we don't feel like we need to go to the press conference after the match. We'll go praise Ward for his fantastic performance. Confirmation of the match against Rathcore, and we will continue through to deadline day. Let's actually make that tactical change so we can train on it. Again, we'll see. It might be not the best idea, but if it works out anywhere similar to how it just did in that match, could be the switch which unlocks our quality wingers. You know, they're not as bad as they've been this season, but they've hardly been involved in most matches, and last time it looked a bit better. I was about to play Schultz, but it's a friendly match, so obviously I picked them based on their name. Schultz Football Club from 1937 on their badge, but 32 apparently. Oxford Sunnyside caused a shock in the Intermediate Cup. As they eliminated Larn Olympic, which is a B-side. Okay, it's not that much of a shock, but thank you for the update. Newsfeed. So we have a bit of money spent, not a lot. What would I like to happen is, starting defensive central midfielder, because even though Cochrane's done well, I'm not sure if he's the long-term solution there. And obviously a new starting goalkeeper wouldn't go amiss. Now I'm confident if we have Tom Hegan to finish the season out with that he'll do a good job. But obviously we've just lost a 4-star rated goalkeeper, and the only backup we have is like 2.5 stars. Again, I would argue that Tom Hegan is not that much worse than Nasty was, but obviously I would feel a bit more comfortable if we had someone better, as Peter McCurran looks to deliver on that for getting an offer in from Niall Brady, who looks decent. He's Irish as well, not Northern Irish. We will assess that more closely if the deal goes through, because he already had a couple of deals on the table for goalkeepers, but they all rejected for the low appearance fee he offered them. Finances are suggesting that he's offering him way too much. Okay, we'll see what comes back from that. I would be surprised if he doesn't accept that deal at least, and we have a decision to make. Craig Bryce is now comfortable knocking the ball past the opponent, which is a fantastic trait for him because he's got 4 dribbling. However, he's got 13 acceleration, 12 agility, and 13 pace. That should make him a lot more effective going forward. However, everything else he has going forward still is pretty terrible. What else could we train on him in terms of a trait? Nothing really. I think it's just going to be attribute training from here on out. And we might as well try some crossing training. Normally it doesn't bear much fruit, but maybe his 1 crossing will improve to 2. It's very good news that he is able to learn the trait as we have. Staff meeting. William Warren would benefit from individual ball control training and help improve his fast touch dribbling and technique. He's not training anything right now. Okay. If you say so, do it. Nathan Riddle should train something as well. Not training anything right now. Okay, if you say so, do it. Jack Graham should work on his strength, but he's also working on a trait, so that would be just too much training. He'd probably complain at that. Louis Blackstock's individual agility and balance training, as these acupuncture is no longer a weakness. We still want him to improve. Ben Gordon's game would improve if we were encouraged to stay back at all times, as his physical ability is not a strength of his. I mean, I'd be inclined to agree. Not sure why he would push forward anyways. Oh, because he's got knocks ball past opponent as a trait as well. Yeah, let's start training that. And let's stop training his defensive positionings for now. Jack Berry's game would improve and try to develop his weaker foot, as his left foot is currently a notable weakness. Sure, let's do it. Elliot Wood has worked out a treat, coming along tremendously. Good, Elliot Wood is improving, presumably. Matthew Herron has been able to take his game to a new level, however, progress chart shows that he has regressed. Move on. Matthew Hanna has improved a lot in the last 6 months and should now be thought of as a good Northern Irish 4th tier performer. That's good. I still trust him, even though he's, despite improving, still considered to not be good enough for this division. I think he is. I think he's shown that as well. Most of his performances being pretty decent. Who's our next league tie against, actually? Can't check this here. So we've got Queen's University before the cup tie. I saw that. That's the second league match of the day. Let's see who we have before, though, then. Liverpool's Roberto Firmino hands in a transfer request. Interesting. And Icardi signs a new 2-year deal with PSG. I didn't know he was still playing for PSG, to be honest. What happened to Mauro Icardi? He was such a good player, wasn't he? What a goal scorer he used to be. 30 years old, just 13 caps. Yeah, new 2-year deal with them. Out on loan at Galatasaray this season. Is he in real life as well? Doing well there. Okay, they went from 55 million from Inter. Look at those goal scoring seasons. 24 and 29 goals in 34 Serie A matches. Not sure what happened to him. That's not what we wanted to do now, is it? I still look into the business in that time. These things can happen very quickly, so I wouldn't rule anything in or out. I wanted to check who our league tie is against. It's against Ballymacash at home, who sit just below us in the table. So it could be a spicy affair if they are looking to get back into the top half as the league splits after 22 games. But pretty confident that we'll be able to hold on to that position. So let's set up the team. And the B team. Tom Hegan, I guess, can stay in goal to continue gaining sharpness. Craig Bryers has just had a week off. So I don't know if he should have another one off. I think all these players have just had a week off, haven't they? So it might be a good idea to keep them out there. Considering that, yeah, I think we'll keep them all out there. So B team then, who should have a full match here? William Worry, Mr. Blackstock, Mr. Hanna, Mr. Riddle. Jack Owens, Brad Leap can go as well. As can Elliot Wood, because they're young enough anyways. Wait, no. Let me redo that. So Gill. What the centre backs? Mitchell. What's that? 7. Okay, good. Squad. Perfect. I feel like you could hear my brain rattling looking at that position. Okay, let's see if they set them up correctly. Let's do these the other way around. Wood Mitchell, Brownlee, and Shanton with defense. Okay. Good. Is there a position we'd like to improve on? I feel like it's an open secret at this stage that we wouldn't mind a new goalkeeper. Confirm that. And chat, thank you for calling in, Neil. You know, I'm always available for you. Any potential signings coming in? Yeah, there's a goalkeeper in the offing, and there's also a young central midfielder. The young central midfielder, I'm pretty sure we would reject. The goalkeeper, I like the look of. However, I have no idea what our director of football offered him, because when we look at our committed spending for the wage budget, I'll show you in a second here, it has shot through the roof. So I'm scared that he offered him like a part-time contract on 150 euros a week or something like that. So we will assess that when it comes through. So there's a danger that we're not going to be signing anyone if our director of football is not offering any sensible business. But we shall see. Again, you know, I like the squad we have. Some things still need to click, but I like the squad we have overall. As Watts is joint second in terms of offsides in the league. However, Alex Pomeroy from Liverpool has been called twice as often as anyone else in the league offside. That's a fun statistic. So yeah, in terms of transfers, don't get your hopes up, as this could take a while to go through. It's deadline day. These always are a bit of a drag anyways, but with us having so many leagues activated, it's going to take quite some time. So transfers, we've currently got Niall Brady in the offing and Niall McCartan. And then when we have a look at finances, we're currently spending 302 euros per week, and our committed spending would be 150 euros above that. So you must have offered him shit tons compared to anything other players are earning. And we'll see if he even accepts that. I think he should. And then we'll see if we want to consider him seriously. Not too sure about that, to be honest. Oh, look at that! The Manchester United badge is there as well. Sorry, Men UFC. As Niall McCartan still has been confirmed. Future prospect, 25 euros a week. Now, it's not because of the financial outlay, but I just don't think we really have a use for him. He's a 2004 as well, so he would only be able to play for the B team for this season, not any longer for next season. Or maybe next season still as well. Or maybe, yeah, maybe next season as well. However, yeah, he shows a love 41 PIL standard. I would like that to be at least a championship standard. So I don't think he's got that much potential in him. He doesn't look that good to start with, like nice physicals. I feel like in the center of the park, that's where those attributes are the least important. It's okay on the ball, but 6 first touch, 4 technique. It's a long way to go for him to be really useful. No need for that one, says Hassan, and I would be inclined to agree with that. And I always hope with, cancelling those kind of deals that Peter McCrogan can do better ones in the future. See if he sees that we still have a hole in those positions. But we appreciate him continuing to try. We rejected a lot of opportunities to sign players this transfer, and I would understand if he gets frustrated, as there is Niall Brady, and he would come in as our first choice goalkeeper. He's not on a part-time contract, but would get a 220 euros appearance fee. I think the highest in the squad right now is like 75. So I feel like we can't do this. Because it would absolutely bomb our wage structure. And it's not like he's that good. He would be our best goalkeeper, but it's not like he's that good. Let's see what the scout report says. Good player for this level, potentially standard of the division above. Not very consistent. Just personality saying 6 determination, balanced personality, media friendly, not ideal. What did he play previously? We played in a fast tier for Newry City AFC 22 times last season. Considered 39 goals, average rating of 6.0. So maybe he's not quite cut out for that level. Interesting. Yeah. Hassan says that's a lot. What's the others? The Doff smoking. Now again, we would be able to use a first choice goalkeeper, but I don't think at that price. And that's comparing to Tom Hegan, and you can see he's really not that much better. I feel like Tom Hegan is a bit underrated in the coach report. So he's got 1 more shot stopping, 1 more physical. However, in speed, mental, communication, and aerial, he gets beaten by Tom Hegan. Distribution is about the same. Now he doesn't have the negative on big matches, but Tom Hegan therefore has got the positive and consistency. He's a bit more eccentric. We like a bit of an adventurous goalkeeper. The weak foot is about the same. And let's look at their attributes. Let's keep it simple for now. Goalkeeper on defend. It's pretty balanced. The concentration for Niall Brady is good. But then there's a lot of minor wins for Tom Hegan. Aerial reach is good, but handling so much better than Tom Hegan. Reflexes are good too. So I don't think we need to sit here and argue that Tom Hegan is the better goalkeeper. I think we definitely lose that argument. But I think we can clearly state that Niall Brady is not an upgrade, which is worth, 220 euros per game? 30 euros per game, which is not worth paying like 200 euros more for each and every week. So I think I will have to reject this one. Thanks for showing up, Niall Brady. And thank you for continuing to try, Peter McCrogan. It's the third or fourth goalkeeper has gone in for this transfer window. The others all rejected the deal. This one has accepted it, but he went a bit over the top. I don't think it would be sensible for us to accept that. So we seem to be having some delay on the stream. But I think the internet connection is back up now. We should be fine. Tell me if I'm not coming through clearly. There's someone in the YouTube chat. Yo, what's up? What's up? Sorry, I don't know how long ago your message was. If you didn't know, we're streaming both live on Twitch and on YouTube, which is why some messages you can't see. I'm afraid I can't read out because I think that is, I would just offend you by saying what language, what like writing that is. Where it's could be Arabic, could be Japanese, could be Chinese. I wouldn't know, to be honest. But what's up? Hello. Good to have you around. So my computer really seems to be struggling with advancing through. Even the spinny wheel isn't always coming through clearly. A lot of transfer talk going on here in the division. Spotting McCarthy's Rangers Morrison might lead to Arnall. Dollingston Smiths also might lead them. That would be very good news for us. Our competitors getting weaker. So back to having an unstable connection. This is taking a long. Ooh, we're through the deadline day. I thought we were gonna have another like couple of breaks before deadline day is through. So apparently no deals going in for us. The only deal we had this transfer window was Jamie Massey going out. And our B team lose against the Limavady B team, which is a bit sad because they sit below us in the table. And I will hand out a couple of disciplinary measures to hopefully see those players come back stronger. Taking more scores at least. And so a quick look back, transfer history. Yeah, so the only transfer that went through in this window was Jamie Massey leaving us. Hopefully we won't have a similar situation as to last season where some club comes in for one of our players post a window ending and just snatching them up because they're here on non-contracts and us being unable to replace them. There's Lukas Adamczyk, of course, our wide target forward, left us that way last season. We've got a tear in my eye mentioning him, to be honest. And now we also want to go through real quick the training. I always like to do this on the 1st of January, see how training is going. Should we change anything or are we good? As Tom Hagen hasn't improved, we'll criticize that. Do the same with John McGill. Craig Briers performing at an 8.0. That's very nice. Elliot Wood, normally one of the best performers, just a 7.3 today. Hopefully we'll continue seeing some of those traits coming through. I think that makes our players quite a bit better. Sorry about that. Nick Tarkington continues to perform terribly in training, and I hate to see it. Johnny Wilson, however, leading by example, the captain, or vice captain of the club, but captaining the team as William Warrior isn't playing, and his midfield part Aaron Cochrane also doing very well. Hannah's putting in a good effort. We'd also like to see improvement, not just a good effort. Thank you for trying. Okay, then Ward's doing well off the pitch as well as on it, like on the training pitch. Jack Barry with a 9.05, wonderful stuff. Matthew Heron, we'd like to see more improvements from. Same from Jack Moore. Okay, that's done. Let's get into some games, please. Ooh, Caio Lobo is transferred away. It's good. He beat us the other day, didn't he? I love the name though, Caio Lobo. There's a C plus both from the managerial, from the board and the supporter confidence. That is okay. Should be pretty comfortable in our job. Ben Mitchell still wants to start more games. We haven't fixed that issue yet. Hopefully he'll calm down about it a bit pretty soon. Support not really growing. Social groups. Well, the core social group is getting bigger again, but still a bit split up. Did you schedule the friendlies or did the staff wake up to do it? Staff still hasn't scheduled a single friendly since we joined the club. It was I, which is why we're playing Shorts. Because I love the name, which is called Shorts. As the training week review shows that only Nick Tarkington is performing at a low level, which is good. That's only him, but I don't understand why he's got such low standards of himself. I think I'm tempted to look for a new left winger next season and get rid of Nick Tarkington. Because he's not good enough as a backup. I thought, you know, it's good to have the experience around of last season. Started for us last year, did very well. But he's not showing any benefits of that situation. So, and Thomas Burns not necessarily has called fire yet. I think Nick Tarkington is not going to be of the required standard next season. Because it'll all depend on what our director of football does, if he brings someone in who's a reasonable alternative or not. I shall hope he does. So, let's see. We're going to send the entire first team out there. They played last week, they're going to play next week. Purely because we need to keep the match sharpness high, and they just had a week off last week. I think if we leave them off it this week as well, it wouldn't be good for the match sharpness. However, we will probably take them all off at half time. Let's submit the team. Yes, and go to the match. Enjoy the match, go out, play your own game. Let's skip through all of that. We'll go only commentary. Push these two up all the way. Because we're just here to make substitutions. There's our early goal for us. Wood, corner, Ferguson heads off the bar. But Heron gets shotted by O'Grady. And it bounces in off of him. Hey, if it helps him gain some confidence, I wouldn't mind it. As Walker scores, assisted by Ward again. Ward continues good run of form. Walker with a beautiful header in off the post. Very nicely placed. Is that playing again with Segundo Volante? So many teams playing with Segundo Volante at this level. I am quite surprised at that. We tried it at Danesborgs, for Swedish side. Didn't work out too well. Not sure actually if Heron's goal will have counted as a shot because he got shot at. He didn't like go for a shooting motion, but he scored it, so maybe it does. Okay, Kai Wardlow is again terrible in distribution. Why? Why has it gotten so much worse? Because we had that problem initially, and then we switched on a bit of Cochrane's positioning, and like the central defensive central midfielder. That he should move a bit further out to be a bit more of an option. Don't allow complacency to creep in as Kalen Ward seems anxious. It's okay, we'll take you off. I don't know what I was talking about. Can't have been that important. Okay. And Wood did just play in the cup, but he can come on again. I'll take all these players off. Who just plays for the B team? One of the defenders just plays for the B team. Ben Mitchell. Okay. Bradley also just played for the B team, so we'll give Jack Barry another couple of minutes. Jack Owens can do a run out. Thomas Barnes can stay out there as he's fully matched. Is not yet fully match sharp, and also Chris Watts can go out there. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, 3-0. Who scores? Hannah looks to set up Watts. Watts takes one touch and scores wonderfully. Maybe we should bring Watts back into the starting lineup as Heron isn't really doing it. But Heron just looks like he should be so much of a better player. And once he catches some form, I feel like he could be dangerous. Jackberry can now come off. The last sub we'll make is Thomas Barnes off for Tarkington later in the game, as it's 4-0 to us now. Who scored this time? Young intercepts and immediately sets up Barnes. Will he score? Will he assist? He scores. Bottom corner. Well done, my son. Ooh, they score now. Yeah, it's 4-1. Schultz score a goal. O'Prey finds Dykes. No idea why no one went through him. I think they were trying to play the offside trap, even though the ball was ahead of them, like behind them. So a bit stupid, but just what you get sometimes. I don't know why Thomas Barnes still isn't on full match sharpness. He's got 30 natural fitness as well, so there's nothing to suggest it would take that long for him. There's our 5th goal for us as well here. Tarkington down the left. He's going to slide it across to Watts. He does indeed. Well played. Tarkington looks to shut me up with a good performance off the bench. However, it's just a friendly against Shorts. Doesn't really count. 52 people here in attendance though. I was surprised at how many people come for friendlies, especially in the middle of the season. You wouldn't think they care. As they make it 2 to them. 5-2 now. Dykes once again. Nicely placed. Let me set up the match highlight settings before I forget again for next match. Key highlights. Thank you. Which apparently this is a key highlight. Ball over the top to Chris Watts. Intercepted though. Okay, no, that really wasn't a key highlight, but thank you very much. 5-2 win. Good stuff. Winning a good performance, that will do for me. Moving swiftly onwards. Let me see how the wingers performed, consider following that tactical change. That improved or worsened their creativity. 2 key passes, that is not necessarily worsened compared to what we've seen before from them. Jack Barry 1, so maybe it's not done the big difference that I was hoping for. The ones off the bench. Well, Bradley, yep. 2 key passes, 2 chances created. So maybe he should start. Nick Tarkington got the assist. 2-1. Okay. That's definitely not necessarily made us worse. How much better it made us, though, for debate. I think to be fair, we can just holiday through until this fixture on Saturday. We're scared that we miss out on something, but yeah, let's just holiday through. Go on a holiday for a week. Wonderful. Let's lean back a bit. Chat a bit. So yeah, the World Cup group stages have almost finished. I think tonight are the last matches of that. We're gonna obviously keep on streaming for the knockout stages. However, the next few days for the round of last 16, I will have a couple of dates where I can't make it. Tomorrow, I don't think I'll be streaming at all. Got a family thing with my uncle. I might be able to stream on the early spots, but I'm not sure if I'm going to feel like it. Might be a bit stressful to finish something for uni this weekend as well. So probably no stream tomorrow. Sunday will just be the early slots, 4 p.m. slot. Monday should be both streams, and Tuesday might not be able to stream at all again. But I'll assess it more close to time, and I will always tell you ahead of time, of course, because my girlfriend is leaving to go back to Italy on Thursday, but she's flying out from Vienna, not from Salzburg where I live. So we're going to Vienna for a couple of days beforehand, so I will probably be gone on Tuesday already. But yeah, then for the latter stage of the World Cup, I will look to be back for every single one of them, except for one evening one where a friend of mine is celebrating her birthday. And also, I want to make some changes to improve the stream quality. If you've got any ideas, I was happy to hear them, but I want to do like a soundboard, where we can have celebratory sounds when we score, or, negative sounds when we concede, or maybe a bit of a whoop whoop. That's the sound of the police sound for the time we are with the police service of Northern Ireland. If you have any ideas for that, or any other ideas for how I could improve the stream quality, do let me know. We could also think of some mini games we do whilst we wait for the advances to go through. Maybe a game of Minesweeper, always entertaining. Before I forget, I want to set this up to show our league table. So I always like it when I can have a look at that. Let's see, which screen is that? None of these. Leagues in focus. Wow, in Northern Ireland. Let's go to PIL here. Let's see the other ones here as well. These are the ones you always see when you progress through the games, and then we can at least have a look at the league table, or at a part of the league table whilst we progress through. The top 3 teams of Tales of Northern Ireland, and on the Around the World tab. Now, what is it? The News tab? Yes, the News tab. We'll put our division here as well. Good. Have a quick look through the inbox. Gordon's training report is not doing very well. They're playing a 4-3-3. And the Cadets playing a simple passing game. That's wonderful news. What can we let him train on now? How tall is he? 91. Stays back at all times and plays short simple passes. The traits he already knows. Don't think he needs any more in that sense. Look if we can work on his aerial attributes, heading and bravery. They don't really tend to improve throughout a player's career. And let's go back on our holiday. That's it. Good thing we can look at the league table now. We're 1 point ahead of Ballymaccash, who sit in the lower half of the league table. This is something we have to continue considering. As much as we're looking upwards and wanting to go for promotion, we need to be in the top half after 22 games, because otherwise league splits and we're at the lower half and we don't have any chance of playing for promotion any longer. Now, currently we're sitting just 1 point above that split, because the top 7 are kind of separated from the lower parts of the league. So win here would get a bit of distance in that and have us at least not worry about that one, and also of course be very important in our pursuit of the higher reaches of the table. So currently 4 points behind 3rd and 4th, and 6/7 points behind promotion playoff space and that sole guaranteed promotion spot. So it would be very, very handy if we could push for something more. And so midweek, it's our B team playing against the B team of Queen's University, our rivals. Then on the weekend, we are playing against the main team of our rivals. Okay, team selection advice, good. I don't really ever check that. I know very well who I want to send out where. Thank you. And training report again. Good performances except for Nick Tarkington, who just continues to want to frustrate me, I guess. We should be able to get both these league fixtures in, I think, in this stream still. But we'll see how long that Ballymaccash Rangers drags on for. So we are on match day. Apparently the match days are split. Or are we having... Why are we playing and so many other teams aren't? Okay, they're catching up on us in a couple of weeks' time. That's a bit odd. But obviously an opportunity to put ourselves in a good position, at least momentarily. Armagh and Donington, the teams who are sitting 4 points above us, play against each other, so they're both guaranteed to get some points. But other than that, we've got good opportunities to make up ground on Limavady and Queens, who aren't playing today, and also overtaking Tobermoor with a victory or a draw as well. We want to win. As Arcade, those teams, some of those teams are obviously in action in the Northern Irish Cups, and still good for them. And yeah, let's see what we can do against the 4-3-3 of Ballymaccash. Let us do the bench anew. So the first team is looking as it should. What do we want to do on the bench? So Ben Mitchell still unhappy, but looking in good condition for the match. And it's performed very well recently, hasn't he, Ben Mitchell? Well, pretty well. I'd actually like to have Jack Graham out there. And I really like what he's been doing this season. I just hope we don't need to make a substitution. If we do, then we bring on Ben Mitchell. He's very unhappy. I'd like to give him the opportunity to prove to us that he should be a starter, which he wants to be. So Elliot Wood out there, I think, can get a rest, because I'd also like to have Riddle out there, because Wardlow hasn't been performing well recently, so we can bring Riddle on in case that happens again. Connell Young is good, Jack Owens is good, Hannah will have to sit out. Bradley Yip always gives us the option both down left and right, so it's good to have him about. And Chris Watts has been on a very good run of form. You know, 2 of those are friendlies. So Heron will continue starting because he scored in a friendly last week. But if he disappoints again today, then I think Chris Watts is going to get back into the starting lineup full time. So that is our team. Same as always, as you can see by the nice green lines. I will save the game here. I will need to, of course, do a new save point. Season 2, stream 10. Let's save and jump into it. So come on, let's get a win. Let's keep pushing forward in the league. It's important to make the most of home advantage. Make the most of that. Players don't really seem to care about that team talk, but you know, it's need to try out some team talks. Football Match 23 is still pretty new, so I haven't checked them all out. They won their last 3 matches. Fantastic. Got a good region in the center of the park. Ooh, is it Knoxham at all? Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, what? Ah, I got an infusion, a tea delivered to me. That's very nice. It's a mango tea, which is a very weird thing. And it smells so intensely of mango. I like it. It's like drinking fruits. It's nice and hot. Is there in 4 minutes in already or not, Kala? My God, Ronan Carlos just able to run through there. What happened there? I mean, he makes a good run, but Wardlow should be able to track him, and then Ferguson needs to push out to him, but he was just allowed to run through cleanly. Hegan didn't come out to meet him either. And it's a very easy goal to score in the end. As Barnes, as he always tends to, picks up a yellow card early on. Not necessarily a habit I approve of. Encourage the boys. One thing I don't like about this tactic is that I feel like when teams want, like, say that, yeah, come at us, we don't mind, either because they're leading or because they're worse than us. I'm not sure how it works because it's a very direct style, isn't it? I think we might be changing it up to be a bit more slower paced, more methodical. Stop passing into space as much. Okay. See if maybe pulling those triggers makes a difference, because these are the kind of passes I don't mind them taking on generally. But obviously, in this kind of game, when now they're leading early on, and they're away from home, not necessarily a better team than us, they would obviously be happy to stay off us and let us come at them. So it won't be easy to find space in behind. Come on. Should we go attacking? I need to do something. Nothing's happened. Highlight falling here. Okay, Lavoko on a free kick. Not many opportunities to speak of, really, of what we saw from the stats. Let's see what the highlight tells us. Walker doesn't find his man, but Ward gets back. Heron is in here. Please, Heron. Fantastic save by Neeson. Down to his knees. And stretches his arm wide, and Heron can't slot it home. Can't fault him too much, as that was a really good save. Ward delivers. It's got attacking and demand more for the last 9 minutes here. For half time. That shout's gone down well. Nothing doing. I'm growing frustrated. I don't know if that's something I'm not understanding about the match engine. If my team just isn't as good as I think they are, but I feel like the approach we're having should be a lot better at creating opportunities. Absolutely dominating possession. Got 40% of it. Still not been able to get anything good out of our wingers. On a much better display in the second half. Let's go back to positive, try something a little bit different. We will bring them in narrower. A little bit more higher tempo. Counter press them a bit. Come on, show me something, boys. As we want to load up the league table here, of course. Really nothing. Come on, just at least show me one shot for the 60th minute mark. Okay, there was one shot. Looks like that's all I'm getting. Sorry, sneeze. Whew. Okay. I guess it's time to just try something. We'll take both the wingers off. We'll go with the narrow system. Chris Watts can go in here and be our poacher. Cochrane can drop into DM. But he's able to play that already. Well, decent. We will bring down Ward and bring on Jack Owens. Make him a Mazzala on support. Make him a centre mid on attack. Yeah, then obviously we need fullbacks to push on a bit more, but we don't really have those. We have Young and Riddle. Hey. Might as well try it. Riddle can be a wing-back on support. You know, it's half a start that apparently. Connor Young can be a fullback on support. However, he can get further forward. Yeah, we don't need to be fairly narrow that way. Continue going for low cross, I guess. Still don't have any height around. Try and passing into space. Don't really know what else we should do. Don't have a playmaker anymore, so let's just distribute to Watts. He's got a bit of strength. Not really the height, but the strength. We'll trap them inside as we've got more men inside. Yeah, let's try something else. Should we try to change it's got a tempo higher. Yeah, why not? Found those changes. Bless you. Thank you very much, Hassan. Encourage the boys. It's just weeks of desperation, to be honest. So attacking. Could take off Heron because he's doing horrendously. Let's bring on Yip. Can play there. Demand more one more time. Nothing's gonna come off it, is it? I don't know. Something's just not working for us. I cannot figure out what it is. I hate it when we go down without a fight like this. I absolutely hate it. Because yeah, we drop out of the top half. Defeat against Ballimaccash. Weren't good enough, and I don't have the worst express anger that makes me. Maybe your tactic's not working. It does seem that way, doesn't it? I continuously find myself criticizing Heron and my wingers. We're playing away against Queen's University, so this should be the kind of tactic that works in this game. So we'll give it one more try in that match out there. There should be space for us to counter into. And if it doesn't work that time around, then I'll be willing to consider making major changes. As Einstein once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And I'm definitely going insane slowly but surely. That is, of course, a huge game. As Queen's University are no but name leading the league because they've played a game less than Armagh. 7 points ahead of us, 1 game less played than us. So if we want to have anything to do with that promotion race, once again, this is one of those games we need to win. We've had many of those and not won them because we are very fortunate this is a very competitive league, so no 1 or 2 teams have really pulled away from the pack. But at some point we're so late in the league season that even if the teams screw up after beating us, it's just going to be too far away to catch with the limited amount of matches still available. And the staff meeting. Johnny Wilson should train something else, but he's kind of training to play 1-2, so we'll leave him at that. As they recommend me to stop the individual training, they've just recommended me to start 2 weeks ago. What the hell? I'll check more, showing no improvement. The walker did knock the ball past the opponent. No, thank you. He shouldn't go dribbling at all. I believe the squad general character has had a positive effect on Ben Gordon lately. That is good. Less desirable characteristics that have an impact on Jack Owen, though. Ben Gordon has been training well. Thomas Burns. To train and play at a higher level if he is to reach his full potential. He's improving a lot. Wow. Once again, I have to say, let's please finally see the translate onto the pitch. As apparently Tony Tomato has improved throughout the last few months. Don't quite see that, but okay. Hassan says it's a tough season at HS. No idea why it's gone so inconsistently. Yeah, I just have to echo that sentiment. I don't quite know what's gone wrong. And we've got the Intermediate Cup tie 3 days after the league fixture against Queens. Now it's against an amateur side, so I would prioritize the league fixture against Queens. But I will hope that most of our first team squad are available for the cup tie, because again, we want to win that competition. So the team for the weekend is going to be same as always. Same as always to begin with. We need to see if the tactic works as planned against big opposition, which is why we're also going to go back to all the changes we had initially. Stop after doubting myself so much. We'll just see with this one game if it does work as intended. Let's see then who we want to make available for the B team. We have got Riddle, Graham, Hannah, Tarkington, and Worry, who seem very much not quite at the level for full fitness. Then we've got space for one more. We'll take Tony Tomato. No, wait, Tarkington. Yeah, I'll take Tarkington. Yip can go as well because he's under 21. And then we'll set up the team. So Brown and Watson are already in. That's James Clark. Nathan Riddle can play in there. Bradley, yep, down the wing. Jack Graham in there. William Rory goes in here. Riddle in here and Watson out there. And Turkington will start ahead of Clark today. Okay, but again, it might just be a tactic don't suit playing against sides which don't want to go at us. I'm gonna test it out this match, and if it works, we'll just a bit of a secondary tactic with minor tweaks, where we should be a bit better to break teams down and stand a bit deeper. And if it doesn't work, then we just tear the whole thing down and start from zero. That's always fun. Try some new things. Hope we can play both those games before ending the stream. I don't think so. I think it's just going to be the Queen's University game, and for the cup tie, we're going to have to wait until tonight's match. As good omen, our B team beat Queen's University's B team, so let's just make sure we do the same in the fast team clash. Some of our fast team are still in have a good day. They are there. But yeah, that sees us move within 1 point of them in the B team table. Be lovely for Prestige to land above them. And we're not going to go above 4th because we're 9 points behind Ballet-Class. But be a good achievement. Remember last season you played on a balanced and it worked wonders, while this season playing on positive hasn't really yielded results. This is very true. However, last season in literally every game after 15 minutes playing on balanced, we switched up to positive, which is why I made that step. But that is a very good notion. I did not remember that, and I will consider that if we have to make tactical changes. But like there was just 1 or 2 matches where we got utterly dominated, where I did not immediately switch it up to positive. So actually, for most of the matches, we've always been playing on positive rather than balanced. That's a very fair shout, and it might lead to us, because the reason I did that is because I never want to go behind early, and that happened to us a couple of times now. Just because, you know, you're a bit more careful when you play on balanced style your players. So that is a very, very good notion. Thank you very much. We'll consider that when building a new tactic, whether it's a secondary tactic or whether it's the main tactic we rebuild. As our press conference against our rivals, I don't care right now. We'll send McDowell. Hopefully he doesn't say anything stupid out there. Hassan's my assistant manager. This is very true. Half the time you know more about the saves than I do. Like when it comes to who got promoted and relegated last season. Oh, trading. Yes, we can praise and criticize trading. That's always fun. At least we see green stuff. I love seeing, you know, green stuff here. Players being happy. Yippee. Tom Barnes really has improved really nicely this month. Tarkington continues to infuriate me, really. Got a good memory, you definitely do. Okay, let's make sure you got some good memories after these couple of fixtures as well. Could be moving into the quarterfinal of the cup, and more importantly, back into promotion fight in the league. As a first step, though, back into the top half of the league, hopefully. So with that loss to Balamacash, really put the risk in that we might not quite make it to the top half, and that would be so frustrating for the last 5 matches of the season. Sitting just under that splitting part, and maybe we would have been in striking distance with the promotion fight, but then we wouldn't have any opportunity to have anything to do with promotion anymore. Onto the dynamics save for now. Pretty much same as before. Mercio's support apparently has dropped. we don't like to see. Now we have upped the club vision to record a top half finish as well, with us sitting in the lower half of the table. This could spell trouble, as even here my staff recommend me to go balanced instead of positive. We'll not do it yet. We'll try this tactic for this match because it's the kind of match where I think it should work. And if we fall on our nose for it, at least we'll know better for the next time out. We'll take Riddle off the bench and bring in Elliot Wood. And this shall be the team we set out there. Same as always, no changes. We keep on trying the same thing and hoping that eventually we'll see good signs from it. Save the game before and then jump into it. The team. What's the meta team talk? The reason for something have Queen's University in first place, where we're fourth. Let's raise our game to that level. That inspires Kalen Ward. Let's make sure the defenders are also up for it, because we have dropped them off a bit in defensive performances of late. They've lost their last game, but won 3 before then. But still playing that narrow 4-1-2-1-2. They have been playing since we joined P.S.N.I. And yeah, we have gotten one over off them. Let us check this real quick. Last meetings 4 times. 3 times since we're manager, and then the first time we played them this season was the first time they were able to get a point off of us. Hopefully we can turn it back around to what it was like before. We'll go for extended highlights for this match, of course. Rivalry crunch time fixture. As early highlight was with Ward delivering a free kick. Heron has it down the right. Dribbles inside. Cross the box. Cleared though. Ferguson down the wing. It's not his forte out there. And it might be a counter opportunity for them. Hughes on it. Okay, instead they go back to build up. Long ball. Ferguson wins. Back in our possession. Wardlow goes long. Let's get lucky here. Not quite. Right goes long this time. We can't win it back properly. And Young is in down the right channel. Cuts it back to McKenna. Goes right. They're saying the definition of madness is trying to do the same thing and over again and hoping for a different result. Yes, exactly. Reportedly, it's Einstein who said that. And I am very much one who holds true to that saying. But you know, sometimes same behavior acts differently in different surroundings. This is what I am hoping for today. Let's encourage the boys. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, if they love that. Everyone's happy about that. That's good. This Armor looks to move clear on the top of the table, beating Limavady right now. Stats-wise, it looks like it's going well. Opportunity-wise, could be going better. Throw in here down the right for Queens, though. Corey has it. Beats his mental pace. No, Barnes wins it back. Good. What can we do with it? Wardlow under pressure. Goes long and stairs. They play it long. There's a dangerous area to have the ball in. Okay, Hegan picks it up. Keep it calm, my friend. Keep it calm. Okay, he goes long. That's a good place to win the ball back. Wilson got the field ahead of him. Barnes, I don't know what she was trying with that shot. Hopefully that was not the highlight. What on earth was the other highlight on that? Shut your game out, Zai. What the hell? Curry delivers the ball forward. Okay, Hegan dribbling out from the goalkeeper. Interesting. Bit of back and forth between the keepers here. Heron could be in. Come on, get there to the keeper. Yes! That came out of nothing. Woo! I won them up. Let's go! until Walker just clears his line, punts it long, as he should, with the no-nonsense centre-back role. And I thought Ward was running onto it, but apparently it was Heron. Goalkeeper came out, and he done wonderfully there to hit that off the post and in. What a finish! Come on, Matty! Woo! I will not try to claim victory for that with my tactics. We have created many opportunities, but not many high XG opportunities. But again, it shows there's some value in this tactic when the team is going at us a bit more. I will still need to find another way to break teams down, for sure. As Ward could be in, and he's on a fantastic run of form, but bounces off the ground and he tries to go with a header, which is a rather odd choice. This would push us back into the top half, 4 points behind the promotion playoff spot. Some teams still have a game in hand on us. They haven't created anything since the 20th minute, so it's going very well. Good stuff, boys. Good stuff. Going 1-0 up in the break. Dominated possession largely. Played mostly down the wings, though. So look at the stats. Anything of note here? That's basically as you'd expect, with the wingers continuing not to contribute anything. It's not ideal. Yeah, it was a good first half. We're giving our rivals a hell of a game. Keep up the good work. Good reaction to that. We will be working the ball into the box because we've created many opportunities, but not many good ones. And other than that, it's worked out very well so far. So keep going with exactly the same thing. As Limavady equalized against Armagh, which means top of the table would now only be 5 points away from us. That would be good news. Both Limavady and Queens, game in hand, as we mentioned. We have since making that change to work the ball into the box, not really created anything. Which is not the most encouraging sign. Ooh, highlight here. Heron to deliver a free kick. Lavoka under it. Ooh, almost combining the other way around. As Lavoka assisted Heron in the first half, Heron looks to assist Lavoka. Doesn't quite work out for Italian Stallion. We'll go with a slow pace of the distribution down. Go for some time wastage. I don't think we'll go for a sub yet. Everyone's playing so well out there. No, we'll keep things as they are. We shall stop working the ball into the box if it's not yielding any results for us. Better to have low XG opportunities than no opportunities at all, because I think Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. You need to shoot if you want to score. And we wouldn't mind scoring again in this one. The Volker is tiring, but having a good game out there, obviously with the assist. Bradley Yip looks up for it. Not going to bring him on yet, but we will bring on Jack Owens for Caelan Ward. Oh no. Queens University have scored. What happened then? Shit. Ball over the top, 3 men around Harkin. Still allowed to turn. Wonderful pass into Neil. Neil easily walks away from 2 men. This is not something tactical. This is just our players screwing up. Honestly, what is this? Back on level terms. Boys at the back are now all of a sudden anxious. Okay, what do we do then? Bring on Bradley Yip as an inverted winger, see if he can make a difference. Oh. I mean, that's all we'll do for now. Passing to space, leave it on positive. Stop slowing the pace down there. Yeah, we'll just go back to what we had before. Let's see if it works out for us again as it did in the first half. Encourage the boys following going a goal down. Sperry's picked up a knock, which is very poor timing because obviously we just brought on Bradley Yip, who's supposed to be the sub for the wing. We'll bring on Heron down to the wing, and Watts can play in his poacher role. Cochrane is frustrated by the feedback. I don't like that mentality out there, to be honest. So we'll see what Connell Young can do in his stead. And then, yeah, good luck to the boys out there. Come on. Surely we got one more in our tank. Okay, highlight. Briar's throwing down the right. Delivers on his weaker foot. Cut out by them. It's 1 against 1 back here. How's that been allowed to happen? Wardlow down the left. Ferguson over the top. Collected by the goalkeeper. Oh, come on. Why did no one run onto that? Heron. You've just gotten onto that and shot. Just let's run through to the keeper. No, come on. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. How has he gone 3 there to shoot? It's just pure laziness. I don't know what else to do. Bring off Kane and Ward, but I feel like a stupid idea because he's one of our best players, isn't he? Of recent weeks. Should we demand more? I mean, I expect more, so let's try it. Highlight here, 80th minute. Cut out initially, but they win it back. Okay, Young out wide to Yip. That's a good spot. Yip cuts it across to Watts. Ah, come on, Chris! Just dink him! Just dink him! Don't just hit it straight at him. Oh, dear. That was the opportunity. Early season Chris Watts hits that 10 out of 10 times. Oh, it's not going to be enough, is it? Let's go attacking. We look the brighter side at the end. Maybe push for it. No. End of game highlight here. Final whistle goes. Very well. I will go away now between streams, have a look at the tactic, consider some things, change some things up, and I will discuss it when we come back, and I will hear your thoughts before we jump into that cup tie. We must not lose cup tie as we want to win the Intermediate Cup. Yeah, to lose our rival, we have to win, so I have to sympathize with you for the draw. And yeah, we will reassess the situation in 2 hours' time for the second stream of the night. as I don't know what are the main the basic thoughts I have. So I'm gonna set up two tactics. One being a bit more slower, methodical, maybe some more players who stay like behind the balls and just like two or three players who do regular runs in behind. Um, and then there being another one where we go a bit more direct, like this one, but not this one. I don't know what's wrong where we haven't been able to get anything out of our wingers. I think one of the problems might just be that we don't have the receivers in the middle. You know, we don't have really any players who can get on the end of crosses that well, anything like that. Maybe it would make sense to bring Chris Watts back in, who, even though he isn't a huge aerial presence, with 10 strength and 7 jumping reach, he at least got something about him in that position. But yeah, because we've got good wingers, but we're just not able to get any end product out of them. Not really any, like when you have a look at the last 5 games in terms of key passes and chance created from your wingers, you would expect of at least 2 per game in this, and it was a fantastic day out if they ever have 2 per game, but for us, most of the time they don't get anywhere near that. As Jack Berry's injured, 5 to 9 days, so he's going to miss out on that cup tie. That is bad news. So yeah, those are like the fast thoughts I have for the tactical changes. But we will have a look at it in more detail once we're back. For now, thank you very much for tuning in. We have, of course, the fundraiser going in. If you want to contribute to that, let's update that. See if the 10 euros the 10 euros have gone through. We're now 170 euros of the 750 euro goal. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, we'll see each other in 2 hours' time. Since I'm coming back later, I'm not going to do any grades because I have to go away, check out the things with the tactics now, and then we'll be back for the evening games at 8 p.m. For now, thank you very much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you back